damage to Hamas military capabilities. The Begin Sadat Strategic Study Centers have produced a report that refutes every single false claim regarding the genocide libel. This BESA report demonstrates that reports produced by UN agencies, human rights organizations, major media outlets, and scholars within the broader humanitarian ecosystem are plagued by systematic and serious methodological flaws, especially complete omission of any discussion about Israel's adversary in the conflict, namely Hamas and its tactics. I pose to you to read carefully this 72-page report and try and find the word Hamas. Hamas does not exist. It is some alien that attacked Israel on the 7th of October. These claims in the report rely on misleading statistics, unfounded apocalyptic projections based on weak data, on the conflation of credible and unverified evidence. The Commission members, who are all resigned last July, have decided to completely overstep the Commission's mandate and make determinations far outside the scope of their competency. The resignation of the Commission members is an opportunity to terminate the mandate of the COI, which has proven its only quest is to demonize Israel. Israel remains committed to international law and, as stated many times, aims to dismantle Hamas and invests many efforts and resources in minimizing harm to the civilian population, as well as in allowing and facilitating many humanitarian efforts. That is what I have to say about the COI report. I will also take the opportunity to relate to the urgent debate that will take place this morning here in the room just next to us in the Human Rights Council. It is remarkable when it comes to the UN's liquidity crisis, we hear endless complaints about limited resources. Yet when it's time to orchestrate a one-sided attack on Israel, the UN somehow finds unlimited funds and urgency. The urgent debate convened at the request of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and the Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC, is a ridiculous example. This marks yet another shameful chapter in the Human Rights Council's ongoing abuse, serving as a platform for anti-Israel propaganda while ignoring the brutal realities on the ground and the atrocities committed by Hamas. I want to ask this council, the Human Rights Council, what is the justification for holding this debate today? Is this truly about human rights, or is it about defending terrorist leaders who deliberately use innocent civilians as human shields? If this is about human rights, then what rights belong to terrorists? The Israeli strike targeted Hamas leaders who for years have planned and directed attacks against Israel, many times making these directives from their luxury confines in the place close to where we attacked. The UN Security Council Resolution 1373 explicitly forbids providing safe haven to terrorists, yet these Hamas leaders were harbored, and that is a question that I pose to you. How can we just have a debate here about the human rights of terrorists? It is the terrorists that were the sole target of the Israeli operation. They orchestrated the massacre on October 7th, murdering civilians, kidnapping children, raping women, wiping out entire communities. As the smoke still rose from the massacre of the 7th of October, even as the attack was still unfolding, Hamas leaders appeared live on television, proudly broadcasting their celebration. While Israelis hid in safe rooms, fled from gunfire, and endured murder, kidnapping, and rape, Hamas leaders feasted and congratulated themselves in real time. These are the same men who called for jihad to escalate the conflict. They called for blood, not peace. They wield terror, not negotiation, and the terror has not stopped. Just days ago at the Ramot Junction in Jerusalem, Hamas terrorists opened fire on a bus stop crowded with children and adults, killing 6 innocent people. Among them, a 25-year-old who immigrated from Spain recently, who was married and building his future in Israel. They killed a rabbi who dedicated his life to teaching the next generation, and they wounded a woman 8 months pregnant who is fighting for her life. These are not numbers, these are lives, families, futures stolen. Hamas immediately praised the killers in that attack as heroic and exceptional, later claiming full responsibility for the attack and calling the massacre of innocent people a natural response. There is nothing natural about this, it's terror, pure and simple. Today, 48 innocent people are still held hostage by Hamas for more than 700 days. Their families live in daily pain. It has been more than 700 days, as I said, that innocent people have been trapped in Hamas captivity. Hamas has used them as bargaining chips, turning their suffering into currency. But let me be clear, there is no immunity for terrorism, nor for those who commit it. From the start, Hamas's strategy has been to embed its weapons among civilians. They hide rockets in schools, command centers in hospitals, and tunnels under homes. They put their own people in harm's way, then cry crocodile tears when civilians are hurt. Our fight is with Hamas, not with the people of Gaza, nor with any other country in the world. Israel will continue to take precautions to protect innocent civilians. That is the difference between us and those who glorify massacre and terror. Let's be clear, Israel's objective was to eliminate the senior Hamas leadership responsible for orchestrating terror attacks, including the horrific massacre of October 7th, 2023. Our mission remains to defeat Hamas and end its reign of terror in Gaza and secure the release of hostages. This is not only an existential imperative for Israel, but a vital interest for regional and international stability. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll take 2 questions.
Just 1 second. Yes.
Mr. Ambassador, Emma Farge from Reuters. Is a diplomatic solution to ending the war in Gaza still possible?
Well, I think it is clear what the Israeli objectives are now, and we are now moving ahead with our operation. We are